Yes.
Amazing.
Okay. You ready?
Am I on the clock?
Sorry?
Am I on the clock?
I'll let you know. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, everybody. My name is Hamza, and our company, Naviatics, is bringing auto insurance in the Arab world to the 21st century. Currently, insurance companies are unable to measure risk or understand policyholders' driving behaviors, so they created unfair classification systems. That is why we are developing Maslak, a mobile app that tracks and rewards safe driving. Maslak collects driving data like speed, acceleration, and distraction, among others, to calculate risk scores and offer personalized analysis and advice based on this data. Naviatics will use a B2B subscription model whereby insurance companies promote our application to policyholders to adopt and use. We then charge insurance companies per block of users per month. The global usage-based insurance market stands at $25.5 billion, whereas the MENA region is at $2.71 billion. Our plan through phase 1 is to test the Palestinian market for proof of concept and product market fit. Then by the end of phase 2, capture at least 10% of the MENA market, which translates into our obtainable market. On the longer term, in phase 3, we plan on understanding and penetrating the great frontier of Africa and Southern Europe. For our go-to-market strategy on the local level, we will deploy a 6-month pilot program, use insurance companies' marketing resources and channels, use social media, and partner up with local governmental agencies like the Ministry of Transportation and Central Traffic Police, then expand regionally through partnerships with MENA market regulators and insurance companies. For competition, we can see that Naviatics is the only company to offer usage-based insurance as a software solution that includes multi-profile users function and is integrated with social media platforms. So far, we have met with user focus groups. We have 5 interested insurance companies, and we are supported by the Palestinian insurance market regulators. We have raised $50,000 on saves and won $5,000 pitching competition last week. Our team comprises mainly of my partner Abdullah and I. We both hold extensive experience in startup environments in Jordan and Palestine. I hold an MBA with a concentration in finance, and Abdullah is a database admin with high technical skills. We also brought in a team of experts and advisors and have been through Founder Institute, Lock Incubator, and are sponsored by FinBloom. For exit strategy, we see Naviatics either getting acquired by a global telematics company or by a big regional insurance company. Another probability is being bought by a financial institution. And the last and least probable means is through an IPO. We would appreciate your support and connections with MENA region specialists. And thank you so much for your time.
Amazing. Amazing timing, Hamza. Thank you. Mentors, you can now show your ratings on your hands. Oh, you got a 5. Dr. Mahmoud and Muhannad, you got a 4 from Muhannad. Dr. Mahmoud, how much you give Hamza? You're muted.
It's not that we do it.
You do it on the system, but you also show it to us how much you give him. You get 4. 4. Okay. We start with Gopi. Yalla, with the 5.
Really impressive presentation. Very crisp, very clear. All the key aspects of the business problem have been addressed. It's a well-known problem, and the solution seems very crisp. And I'm making the assumption that it's mobile device based and not an extra extra device that you have to add to your car. So that makes it a lot easier for adoption, because there are devices that insurance companies here ask you to add for a discount on your insurance. So there's such a thing. So this gives more control to the users. So if they choose not to be tracked, they can say, no, I don't want to be tracked, and so on. So I think that's a great option. The go-to-market sounds very good. You have to You cannot charge the customers. You have to charge the insurance companies. That makes sense. Going through the insurance companies, and particularly the regulator backing, is super good idea. Yeah, so I think those are all great. I love all of that. It is a known market, so the only caveat I would have is that the competition slide and the proposal saying licensing to competitors doesn't seem clear, doesn't seem to really address what could happen. But other than that, it's really, if we just make some assumptions, this is a really good presentation, a good idea.
Thank you so much. We did prefer the software over the hardware because it reduces our costs and also is more individualistic. You always carry your own cell phone with you, but you can drive your brother's car. So having that hardware is kind of limiting. Thank you so much for your feedback.
Sure.
Thank you. Dr. Mahmoud, تفضل.
Well, full disclosure, I know Hamza from before. So I think I think this is a really great service he's doing. The reason it's not, the presentation is really great. It's well structured. He also does it very well. I think the main challenge is not really addressed in the presentation, which is how you will get users and insurance companies adopt this, and how you will be able to overcome the technical difficulties in really knowing or analyzing the data, while from what I can see, there's very, it's very small amount of data that you capture. And it's not something that will really allow you to know, if it's a mobile app, which is other than, knowing the speed and very few parameters, it's not gonna be easy to know exactly or to analyze and give a good insight to the insurance companies. So if there is some algorithms or anything else that they will be doing to know that, I think it's important to have it in the presentation.
Definitely. This is a very valid point. We have interest from at least 5 out of the 8 Palestinian insurance companies, so they understand the value of it. We do have some challenges when it comes to development, which is why we partnered up with Lock Incubator. They will offer technical support to our CTO and help us with hiring and training our own in-house technical team. So hopefully that would de-risk that point and tackle it. And hopefully it'll also help us to generate more insight to insurance companies.
Thank you, Hamza. Muhammad, تفضل.
As my colleague said that it was clear, and it's a good idea. But for me, it was not clear how they will integrate with the devices. So it was saying that it's software, but this should be pointed that it will be integrated with devices to get the data. Mm-hmm. And the other thing is that how can you why the mobile? I saw that mobile and the other now the device is integrated, because I think they are thinking of such an idea. Maybe they will introduce it in the near future. Those because I know that a couple of them start to introduce services, other services, and how will you? What is your input in this? What we will do?
100%. So the way we approach this is we talk to insurance agencies in Jerusalem that work with Israeli insurance companies. So our advantage would be starting this pilot program and then blanketing or generalizing the success stories and hitting the market early on. And another advantage we have is we started talking to a startup that is based in Dubai. They graduated from Startup 500. They are called Hala Insurance, and they raised $1.8 million, and they themselves are adopting this technology, but they are operating as an insurance company. So they're not a third-party service provider like us. They limited themselves with being an insurance company. So we have connections with them that helps us understand the Dubai and Emirati market, and that would help us to penetrate the MENA region much quicker than Mobileye, given that with the newest agreements with some Gulf countries, Mobileye will have access to that market as well. So we're relying on our strategic partnerships and our agility to hit the market quickly and keep expanding rapidly.
Thank you, Hamza. Just for the time's sake.